What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you.
That's good. Got another headset, so I didn't know if you could hear me or not.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. How we doing, y'all?
I'm doing all right. So, how's things going?
Here on a Tuesday.
Got my Pieces T-shirt on here.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I was gonna grab my Pennywise shirt to support Skarsgård, but I was.
I got a Rats T-shirt now for watching for Rats.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I don't know if they have one, but I'm sure Two Gun could find one. We really need, we all need one, is a skin deep.
Yeah, that would be a deep dive if you found that.
Is it skin deep or skinned alive? Which is
Skinned alive. No, skin deep. Skin deep.
You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I want one with plates on it. I want plates.
Well, you didn't let me finish.
Yeah, and I got plates.
Oh, but it would have been cool to get like the cover, because I love that cover, like either on the front or on the front maybe, and then you turn around and it's plates, baby. Or maybe just the cover on the back and then plates on the front, because plates probably does deserve to be on the front.
Yeah, we gotta do that here in some night in DHS. That's gotta be put in the schedule.
Yeah,
But yeah, plates. I mean, because the guy that's on the cover in that movie, he wasn't in the movie much.
Should we throw that on Horror Fest?
Yeah, he could. Plates was in the movie more than
a little time since we did just watch it recently, and then we'll force Robbie to be on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we'll get a Link and Verno to join too. They'd love it.
They would.
Yeah. Just like they love the Burial Ground. It's one of their favorites. We open their eyes to greatness.
It would be up there. It would definitely be up there.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they'd like it better than Burial Ground, honestly.
You think so?
I think so. It's hard to be. I don't like it better than Burial Ground, but it's up there. It's up there.
It's a good one, let me tell you.
Even Evan liked that one.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, where else can you get this now? We got to show people what we're talking about here. I'll share that. Go ahead and pop my screen up there.
wait, what did you say? Oh, you're
Yep.
talking. But
Pop my
this is
screen up.
this is the awesome cover of the Skin Deep movie that
It
I
is. It is.
beautiful cover. You sure you want to spoil them?
No, I won't play the whole thing, but I'll just play a little bit of it.
And that's also the Leprechaun.
The death of plates, but I won't spoil that for the rest of that. But yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, sure is. But yeah. So I had family in town, so I wasn't able to get away to do a stream last week. So sorry we missed you. So we're gonna end up talking about Villains, the 2019 movie first, since me and Scarp had just watched that one today, and then after we'll do a little quick review on what is it, 1971 Straw Dogs, 71, right?
Yeah. One, yeah.
We'll talk about that. I was gonna do like two separate little 30-minute reviews, but Scarpet wants to just get it out the way, which I don't blame him.
Bang it, baby.
No biggie. Anyways, I was gonna say we'll do like a little 30-minute review on it tomorrow, but I don't want something to come up, especially
Right.
after I gotta work. I'll be like, fuck this, man. But yeah. So we're gonna dive into 2019's Villains, and it's starring Bill Skarsgård, which obviously everyone knows him from Pennywise and the latest big huge hit Nosferatu. It's got Micah Monroe playing Skarsgård's girlfriend, and they're playing like a Bonnie and Clyde kind of, more like a hippie version of Bonnie and Clyde.
I want to be Bonnie and Clyde, yeah.
But I like them. I like them as a couple, and I love Bill Skarsgård, and I love Micah Monroe. Micah Monroe was incredible in It Follows. I loved her in Long Legs. She was in this movie called either The Watcher or Watcher, and that's kind of like I
didn't like that movie, but
I love that movie. That was a great movie.
I didn't really care for it.
That was a Shudder. You watched that one?
I've seen it. I think
Where that dude's like stalking her. I like that. I'm a big fan of Micah Monroe. I think that was one of the better Shudder movies in my opinion. I've been wanting to pick that up, but she's got a lot of good movies on her list, and she seems to come back to horror every now and then, and if not all the time. So I think she's done a lot of good stuff. So I always like her. But me and Evan are big fans of It Follows, so that's another reason why we kind of follow her a lot. And you got Jeffrey Donovan and Keira Sedgwick playing the crazy couple, which I think this is kind of like a softer version of People Under the Stairs, where Bill Skarsgård and Micah Monroe go to rob this fucking gas station, end up being on the run, car breaks down, and then they go and they're stuck in the woods and they find this random house and they go to try to rob that, and then it looks just like run-of-the-mill family house, and then they find Jeffrey Donovan and Kevin Bacon's wife in real life, and they seem to be normal at first, and then you find out they're two batshit crazy couples. It's a batshit crazy couple, similar to like People Under the Stairs, but obviously not where they got cannibals and all this shit, living under the stairs. But I feel like there's a little homage to that. I feel like
I thought it was more like a humorous geriatric version of The Strangers, because these people obviously broke into the house, killed the parents, took the girl, shackled her up downstairs, and evidently they probably moved from house to house doing this. Because in the beginning,
I would say more. I wouldn't say strangers because that's like some no.
except they're not wearing masks, but they do break in because they show in the beginning of the movie, Skarsgård he finds the camera, and the camera has them basically got the family, the kid's parents tied up, and you see the knife and him walking toward it. But Skarsgård throws the camera over his shoulder, doesn't see any of that, and doesn't know that these people don't actually live in this house.
Right.
They just did the same thing they did. They broke in.
Yeah. I always just got more people under the stairs meets like parents or something. You know what I mean? But hey, whatever. If that's what you see, that's what you see. You know what I mean? But yeah, I get what you mean with that video. But to me, that's just like one spot. Because obviously, but to me, that like the dad just seems to be tapping into something good, like where he's trying to be like crazy. They've been doing this for a long time. Where I even said like the dad in this, or he's not even a dad, but the husband, the older guy, Jeffrey Donovan, I think I said his name was
Jeffrey Donovan. Yeah.
He feels like because he's doing like kind of like this accent. He's like aristocrat kind of feel like where he's got always dressed like really nice, got the mustache. But I feel like he could be great in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Like he could be one of the family members, or he could be the crazy sheriff. Like I just feel like he'd be great in that because he plays crazy really well. But this is one of my favorite Skarsgård movies where he's actually playing like a regular guy. You know what I mean? I love the look he's got in this. I think like his older brother, the Skarsgård brother from True Blood, The Stand. I feel like everybody always talks about how incredibly good looking that brother is, and how he gets all these roles where he's just getting all these ladies. In True Blood, it was like he was just women were worshiping him in that show.
That's the
and he was incredible. Yeah, the guy from The Northman and all that. But Bill Skarsgård, man, in this, I mean, dude, he's outside of the Pennywise makeup and the Nosferatu. I mean, this guy, I mean, he's great in the makeup, and I think he's great outside the makeup, man. And I remember this was a movie because I love Pennywise, and I loved him in that. So this was one of the first movies I saw promoted with him outside the makeup, but I never got to it because it was always on Hulu. And then, maybe a year or two ago, I mentioned this to Evan, and I was like, I always wanted to see this movie. And I was like, holy shit. And I was like, Micah Monroe's in that. And he's like, yeah, dude. He's like, that movie's really fucking cool.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
I ended up watching it like on the spot, and I texted him. I was like, dude, why the fuck did it take me so long to get to this? I was like, I really enjoyed that. It's dark comedy. Scarpet didn't think it was more horror, which it's got horror in it.
Yeah.
Very like it's more dark comedy, psychological horror. Dark, like a dark comedy, light horror movie. Like they make plenty like this.
Well, I thought Skarsgård was good in this. But he gives a performance I thought that was very similar to what he did in that movie Locked In that we just watched.
Yeah,
he's trapped inside the car.
And then he's like all tatted up, and I get where he's a robber. So I get what.
Yeah, and the other performance I think was close to this that he was good in too was Sympathy for the Devil when he was up against with Nicolas Cage. No, that wasn't him. That was the other dude. That was the other dude. I get confused up.
Movie. It's called The Devil All the Time, and he plays the father to Tom Holland in it. That's a more serious movie.
Yeah.
That's one of those movies where like they're kind of the timelines are jumping all over the place, but it's got like an all-star cast. If you have not seen that, that's a great movie too.
No, I think Skarsgård. I think if right now, obviously, he's it because he's the youngest guy. But I think of everything I've seen, he's probably the most talented of I like Stellan is great and his brother's great. But, I mean, this guy takes really diverse roles, from Nosferatu to Pennywise to all these other movies he's done. He's not really staying in one lane there. He's all over the place, which is good. But, no, I liked him in this movie. I have some issues, but I'll talk to that once we can go and talk about what we thought of the movie. But I never seen it before. I never heard of it. I don't know if this was a Shutter movie. It was just just an independent film that was put out. Was it on Tubi? I'm not sure exactly where it came from, but it was good.
What to feed the children?
No, this movie.
No, this one. I think this was a Hulu movie.
Was it a Hulu movie? Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't Tubi. But I did watch that. Don't Feed the Children. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah,
I've seen some people on YouTube shitting on it, man. Like, I gave this a movie because I'm a huge Steven Spielberg fan, and I gave him enough credit to check out one of his daughter's movies, and I just thought this was terrible. I'm like,
I thought for her first movie, I thought she did a great job.
I thought it was good.
And mean, maybe we'll review that in the future. But
yeah, I thought it was good. I wish they kind of got into the outbreak thing a little bit more.
Well, I think
but
it was an interesting take on what ended up being a zombie movie, but yet more of a similar. We don't want to get too into it, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was.
No, I thought it was great. I'd say it's for a Tubi movie original. I thought it was.
Yeah, I definitely think Tubi's starting to up the game a little bit.
See, Tugun even says People on the Stairs is a good comparison. A lot lighter version, but even the black kid in that, he goes in planning to rob that house because they're trying to get money for, you know what I mean? But I think they definitely got a similar vibe to it. I wouldn't be surprised if, the director said, I was a big fan of this. I was a huge Wes Craven fan, but I don't know. But overall, what did you think of Villains? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I really liked it.
I didn't end up asking you after we watched it.
Yeah, no, I really liked it. I thought great performances by everybody in the cast was great. Keira Sedgwick was great. So was Donovan.
Yeah.
Skarsgård, Mika Monroe was great. So the cast was really good.
I think
even the little girl wasn't bad.
Sedgwick are the best in it, though. Honestly, as much as I love Skarsgård and Mika Monroe, if without Donovan and Sedgwick, I feel like they really make.
Yeah. My only, and obviously we're gonna give away some of the ending here. We're gonna spoil the movie. So if you haven't seen it, you want to see it.
Yeah.
May go away now.
Yeah.
My only complaint about the movie. Yeah. My only complaint about the movie, if I had a complaint, and this was my feeling on it, and I, as somebody who really loves dark turns and dark endings, I thought this movie didn't earn its dark ending. I mean, I didn't feel like killing him in the way they did it, or really going to the end where they killed the dad the way they did it. I understand it's a horror movie, but it should have had a few more dark spots in the movie to begin with to do that ending. At least make him a little bit more menacing, or have a couple other spots where some kind of sick shit happens, because the movie is really a dark, depressing, dank ending, and up to that point it's really pretty light and airy and fun and funny. And I think if they had a little darker in some of the areas, I think it would have earned that ending a little bit more. Not that I hated the ending, I just didn't think it fit tonally with the rest of the movie as much, but I still liked it. I still enjoyed the movie. I
wish Skarsgård would have lived, honestly, but that was always such a bummer for me. I'm fine with Jeffrey Donovan dying.
Right. I don't have a problem with that, and not at all.
It's kind of weird though that they kept the woman alive, but
Skarsgård
would have lived, I still could see them keeping the woman alive, just because it's like she looks so fucking crazy.
Well, that's the thing. Her staying alive is the worst punishment than killing her.
Exactly.
Now she has nobody, and she's
I like
crazy, and she's on her own. I have no problem with that.
And
killing him is great. I just thought the killing of Skarsgård, especially the way they did it, it wasn't earned in the movie. They didn't, maybe if there was one more torture scene, something with Donovan. If they had maybe another where the torture got a little bit more out of hand with Donovan, the rest of them.
Yeah.
But it was so light, and even when they were killing him with the drugs and stuff, it was so light and cheery that it didn't fit with the rest of the movie.
I would even rather where he where he's torturing, where like you said, he get tortured so bad, and then they end up making it to LA or whatever, because they show like him and her and the girl like start driving, like getting away. And I would even liked more where like he drove them all the way and then he just kind of bled out, and then once they made it to LA or wherever the fuck it was that they went, that like once they got to the beach that maybe he would have died. But I really didn't want him to die either.
No, I think in this instance,
I don't know if they were trying to go for like the Bonnie and Clyde, but like kind of split it in half, because they're like, oh well, if she died, if they both die, then where's the little girl go? So they're like, well, let's keep her alive. But it didn't make sense in a way, because it's like you keep them both alive, because then it's like they take the girl in together instead of it just being like Micah Moore taking her. And I definitely get that. I think they should have kept him alive. That's probably my only gripe in the film, besides maybe not going a little darker at times.
Right. No, I thought the ending would have fit more if they did go a little darker at times.
Yeah.
Than what they did.
I would have liked them to go darker and still not kill him. But that's just me, just because I love Bill Skarsgård. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, I couldn't believe they fucking killed him. When I first watched it, I was like, damn, why they had to kill him, bro? I was like, and it made me not like the ending because they were just such a, like, I liked them as a couple. I thought they worked really well as a couple. That's another thing. Like, him and Micah Moore, I really liked that couple together. They felt like a ride or die. Like that, yeah, they had that goofy ass car wash thing that you thought was goofy as hell, but you know, I still liked their relationship together, and I thought it worked really well.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was great. You know, and the movie's not that long, and it does mainly take place in one area, so it is kind of set to a room. You know, and you had some stuff with the cop coming in and stuff like that, but
yeah, which I thought they were gonna. I could have sworn they killed him, but I guess
no.
Yeah.
They were going to, but they didn't.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought that they did kill him, but yeah, they obviously didn't. Or I thought maybe he came back or something, but yeah, obviously he didn't. So, but overall, I think it's a good film. I think it's definitely worth a watch. I think everybody in it does a great job.
Well, you can definitely see his evolution as an actor.
Oh yeah, because this is right in between It 1 and 2.
Right.
This came out right before It 2 came out. So this is the movie he kind of did, because I'm sure It 1 blew him up. So he was like, okay, I'm going to do this. Even though this was probably just a straight to Hulu movie, it was still something where he was like, let me get out of the makeup and show him that I can have the ability to also act outside. You know, it might not have been the right pick, because I don't know how well this movie is known, but I love it. I think it's a great movie. And this is one that I definitely will pick up on physical whenever.
I'm not even sure it is. Is it on physical?
I believe so.
It was.
I'd be surprised if there wasn't, but I believe that there is. Let me double check, because I think I looked before and I was like, I got to get this.
I mean, if it was a Hulu movie, there's a chance it isn't, because they haven't put a lot of their movies on physical.
Yeah. I don't know. No, it definitely it's got a Blu-ray, $17.99.
Okay. It was good, but I tell you, I like the movie. I think the ending makes me not want to rewatch it. It doesn't give it high rewatchability.
It's not one I'd watch every year. I could throw it on like every 5 years or something.
I think if he had gotten away, if they both had gotten away, I
gotta be in like a light-hearted, dark comedy mood. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I feel like this would be a good double feature, like with Parents, or some of those like. Oh, Evan's saying it's not straight to Hulu. It had a theatrical release. I was just looking. I didn't see anything about a theater release here. I don't see like it making any money at the theater. Hold on. Yeah, I don't. It doesn't say. Are you sure about that, Ev? Because I don't see anything about, like, usually I'll see like a opening weekend or something on IMDb. Says nothing. It just says release date September 20th, 2019. So.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a straight-to-video movie.
Yeah.
But no, definitely all around. I enjoyed it. I had a good time watching it.
Yeah. No, it was a good one. It was a good one. What would you rate it? I gotta check my pizza really quick.
I'll wait till you come back.
Okay.
And while he's gone, I'll give my favorite. I think I don't know. I think I really enjoyed Jeffrey Donovan in this movie. He's probably the guy I'm gonna give a thumbs up as my favorite character. He was just very unique, and it was a good performance. Kira Sedgwick was good too. What do you think, Dylan? Dylan's checking his pizza. Yeah, I feel this movie is probably definitely a straight to video type of thing. If one of these movies that you see at like a film festival, and then they go very limited release, and then they go right to like video on demand. I kind of get the idea that that's what this was. I would say my favorite character was probably Jeffrey Donovan in the movie myself.
Yeah, I'd definitely go Jeffrey Donovan as my favorite as well.
Yeah.
Close second is Skarsgård, but Jeffrey Donovan, I feel like, just really made the movie. He was great.
Yeah. What would I'd give this a 3.5.
Jules was a freak. Yeah, I thought they were a great couple.
I'd
You
give
said
it
3.5?
I'd give it a 3.5. If he didn't die, I'd probably would have given it like a 3.75.
Yeah.
Because I just think, while it's not a terrible decision, I just don't think that was the best decision for this.
I'd probably go 3.75. I'd give it a 4 if they didn't kill Skarsgård.
Yeah.
But I know it's not. I know 3.5 is probably more acceptable, but I do really like the film. I like it a lot, so I'll go 3.75. I like those like lighter-hearted dark comedies, and I love Skarsgård and I love Micah Moore, and I thought they were great together. I think both couples. And it's kind of, I like the, how you got, even though they are robbers, but they are good people, where they really they were trying to save this girl. You know what I mean?
I really get the idea that was the first thing like that they've ever done. Because after they rob that convenience store, they come out and they go, "Oh, this is great. This is what we got to do."
Yeah.
It was the first thing they ever did on a whim.
I believe it. Yeah.
And they only broke into the house.
He didn't even put gas in the fucking car.
Right. They only broke into the house to get shit for to get away and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But no, I enjoyed it. Good plot.
Yeah, for sure. Evan Two Gun says 3.5. And Evan.
Wow, Evan really likes it, 4.25.
Yeah, I knew Evan would like it. I didn't know I thought he might be at about a 4. But
I think
I was gonna say a 4, but I didn't want to go like too crazy because it's not like.
I think he just likes the chick in it myself and my followers.
I'm sure, but he likes Skarsgård too. I know. But yeah, he's probably got a Micah Monroe crush. He loves all her movies. But yeah, I definitely think it's worth watching. It's on Hulu. It's probably on Tubi as well. It's definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it. I definitely enjoyed it. Everybody in the movie does a great job. And I love the difference of both couples. You got the batshit crazy couple, and you got the couple that's, not so clean. They're doing drugs. They're robbing a gas station, but they still try to do the good thing by trying to save this girl that get fucked, and they get themselves stuck in a pickle because of it.
Right.
But yeah. So definitely worth watching, and yeah, highly recommend it. I'll definitely be picking it up at some point. I've just been waiting for it to go down in price because $18, 20, it'd probably be at like 20 after tax. A little.
Yeah, I would say like 12 to 15 is a good range for this movie.
Yeah. I'm waiting for it to go.
All right, so let's talk Straw Dogs, because this was my pick.
That's why I was gonna say, did you want to wait and we could have given it its own?
No. So yeah, Straw Dogs. I saw this, probably in the 80s. I always liked this film a lot, but I hadn't seen it in a long time, so I forgot a lot of it. So Straw Dogs, which was remade in 2011 with Skarsgård's brother, which I haven't seen. I do want to watch the remake.
Me too.
Was directed by Sam Peckinpah. Now, Sam Peckinpah was mainly a TV director in the 50s and 60s, but he also did movies, and he mainly did Western movies. And his big movie in the 60s, late 70s, early 70s was The Wild Bunch, which was the first really violent, bloody Western to come out with a lot of bloody violence in it. And that kind of continues over into this movie, Straw Dogs, which earned, believe it or not, an X rating when it first came out in the theaters, mainly due to its depiction of rape, which is pretty. It's shown, quite a bit in this movie, the 70s. And but this basically,
Wild Bunch. I'll have to check that out.
But this basically is a movie about a mathematics professor played by Dustin Hoffman who marries, I think, one of his students, a flighty British girl. And after he starts getting a grant to write a book based on his theories, they move back to the girl's hometown in, I think, a farmhouse that was owned by somebody she knows or parents or whatever. And they move back and they come into this town of all these real fairly oddball, but fairly, wacky, not wacky, but kind of, residents who don't like outsiders. We meet them, and Dylan even said this movie is long. I think the main knock against it is 15 minutes could have been cut out. Yeah. But basically what happens is the girl is a kind of bored housewife now that doesn't get enough attention, so she really acts out by going and flirting with these old boyfriends,
walking around showing her tits off to these
and dressing, and walking around in a towel and stuff like that, and really belittling her husband. Yeah. And they end up getting the husband out of the way, and they rape her, but she's kind of complicit in it to a certain extent.
The first one, she's complicit.
Yeah.
And then then the second guy just kind of walks in, and then he just pulls her down for her. So the first one, she was complicit for sure. And then the second she led these for like 30 seconds for the second guy.
Rape is rape, but I mean, definitely for what she did, she caused all these problems to happen.
But the first guy, she was 100% consensual for him. That's all because you walked away for that scene.
No, I saw most of it. And it was still rape. It was still, come on.
Not the first guy.
I think the first one was, but it turned into kind of a consensual thing. Rape is rape, regardless of whether
the first guy
eventually consents into it or not. It is what it is.
Down for that first guy.
But regardless of that, she causes a lot of these problems, and they escalate to the point where they have this guy in town played by I love this what's his face there. Why can't I remember his name now? The guy that was David Warner. David Warner plays this like mentally challenged guy who they really put a lot of the blame on for like stuff that goes on. I think they're the ones actually doing a lot of this stuff, and they're basically blaming this guy. So this guy takes out a girl, and they think he's done something with it, and he hasn't.
Niles?
David Warner. I think it was Niles. Yeah.
His name's Henry Niles. It's
Henry Niles.
Uncredited.
So basically, this guy comes to the house and he's mentally unstable. And Dustin Hoffman and his wife wants to just get rid of him. She don't care what happens to this guy. Yeah. Dustin Hoffman doesn't want to see this guy get killed.
Right.
But the last quarter of the movie is basically him protecting his house and protecting this guy from this mob that's trying to get in and take the guy away. But Dustin Hoffman's portrayal in this movie is nothing short of, I don't know if he won an award for this or he was up for it, but his performance from, mousy bookworm mathematics professor that's kind of like doesn't want to get involved in anything, to where he really becomes like he uses his brains to get these guys.
Best music, original dramatic score was the only thing up for an Academy for this.
Yeah, I mean, he gets these guys almost in this diabolical Home Alone. He really transforms himself into an ass kicker, and beats back this mob. And the way he does it, there's some scenes in this movie with the violence, the bear traps in the face and stuff that even Dylan was surprised about. That the level of violence in the last quarter of this movie.
I mean, he goes from this like goofy pussy to like a badass motherfucker. Like, and he takes like because he's smart, he's a genius.
Right, but it's so believable. I bought every part of this that even though
he has to snap himself because he's kind of he gets pushed up against a wall basically, and he has to
and he's getting it from his wife. He's had it with his wife at this point. She doesn't want to help him anymore. She wants to throw the guy out. He tells her to do shit. He starts taking charge. And then at the end of the movie, I love the ending of this movie because basically he saves the guy, and he's driving the guy home, and the guy is going, I don't know where my home is. I don't know where my home is. And Dustin Hoffman at the end goes, that's okay. I don't know where my home is either. And he drives off, and he's leaving this chick behind after all the stuff is pulled and leaves her into
the darkness.
But man, I thought this was a great movie. It starts off slow. But man, when it kicks in, it really kicks in. And I think the remake kind of takes the basic plot of this, but it's not exactly the same.
I think the girl is a lot more innocent in the remake.
Right.
You know, I only saw it when it first came out because I remember really liking the remake, but I never saw the original. I've only seen the remake. And my only gripe is that I would have probably cut 15 minutes. Because it is a slow burn in the beginning, but
I think they could have
got up, as Two Gun says, to an epic ending, man. And that last 30 minutes, dude, is so it's so worth it, man. It's an hour and 53 minutes. I think if they would have cut, 15
minutes. Yeah, some of the stuff early on with the girl, you got the point on what was going on.
Yeah. And the girl, man, you really hate the girl throughout the movie.
Susan George is plays the girl. She's an excellent actress.
Yeah,
if you ever get a chance,
treating Dustin Hoffman like dog shit, and then she's just she'll be just screaming at him, and then she just walks in the window with her tits out, and right in front of the roofers, and you're just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. She's a great actress. She did a movie in the same year, 71, for Hammer called Fright. If you get a chance, where she plays a babysitter that's being basically doing the same thing that's happening in this house, basically getting stalked. It was a slasher movie, one of the very first ones actually, and she's great in that too. So if you get a chance, watch that movie.
Yeah.
But I thought the cast was great in this. Everybody was really good, It was, but yeah, the violence was so. In 71, people weren't used to seeing movies as violent. That's why I got an X in Britain. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
It's shot really well in the area that it's shot in. You would almost think it's Ireland, but it's like in a farmland.
It's in England.
It's in England. It's in England for sure, but it feels kind of like Ireland, as you would say. But it's more in like the areas of England that we don't always see.
It's the suburban area, the farmlands and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great, and I definitely I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I like the movie a lot.
Yeah, I'd give it a 4 stars as well. I almost was tempted to give it a 3.75 because the beginning is very slow, but that last 30 minutes, man, is so damn good. I gotta give it a 4, man. Dustin Hoffman. When you see this, when you see the character development with Dustin Hoffman from the first hour to the last, 35 minutes.
Yeah, and this
is see why he had the career that he has.
Yeah, well, and this was really in an area for him. I mean, he did The Graduate in '69, which he won a lot of accolades for that. He did. What was the other movie he did? He did The Graduate, and then he did what the fuck movie was I thinking of? We did Papillon, that was big in '76 with Paul Newman. He did obviously he's done Tootsie, Rain Man, but early on, Midnight Cowboy. That's one he won an Academy Award for.
The Graduate, Madigan's Millions, Premiere, Midnight Cowboy, John Mary, Little Big Man.
Yeah, so I mean, he was having a big career back in that area.
All the President's Men,
All the President's Men was another one. Yeah, Marathon Man. And if you haven't seen Marathon
Kramer
Man,
versus Kramer, Tootsie,
Marathon Man. Marathon. Have you ever seen Marathon Man?
I don't think
Basically,
so.
Dustin Hoffman and a Nazi as a dentist, a guy that was hiding himself from being a Nazi. And there's a scene in this movie where he's ripping out Dustin Hoffman's teeth.
Really?
That really put dentistry on the map, even before the Dentist movie. You should watch it. That's a fantastic thriller. Fantastic. So, but it's a good one. But yeah, Dustin Hoffman was having a career at that point. So yeah, 4 stars, and if you get a chance, watch that. And I hope you do the remake because I want to see what the remake is. I want to watch that. I'm interested now. So I see Dog Tales. The ending is very good. I enjoyed the whole movie.
I get that Scream Factory when it released, but I didn't get it because I'd never seen it. But I'll have to watch it because it's probably somewhere I could watch.
Yeah, I want to pick up Straw Dogs now. I know Criterion has it.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe doing a Criterion sale. I'll see if I can pick it up.
Yeah, they probably got one going now. I think they got the buy one for the 50% off sale.
Yeah.
But yeah. So 4's from you and me, and it looks like it was the first time watch for Tuga, and he said 3.5. Then he saved it from being less than 3. Yeah, I was almost at a 3.5 myself. But I gotta give it a 4, man, because that last 35 minutes, man, is just so damn good.
And really,
then the wife, man. I mean, you really fucking hate her at times in this, man. So she did her job, man. She killed it.
Yeah, and really, movies back then moved slower, but you needed the first half of this movie for the second half to be as good.
Yeah, I was gonna say the movie came out in 1971, also, so you know what I mean. It's you gotta think about that too, but. Like I said, 10 minutes you cut it. It might have helped, but it's still either way. Great movie. Yeah, we'll have to watch.
Yeah, Marathon Man we'll have to do on Discord some night.
Yeah, that's a 2-hour movie though too.
Oh sure.
2 hour and 5 minutes. So.
Movies are long back.
Is that black and white or no?
No.
I see it, but I thought it's got Roy Schneider.
Yeah, Roy Schneider was it.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. Before we get out of here, though, I did have a couple of tapes to show off.
Yeah, I got some stuff too.
But let me see before. What do we got next week? Uncle Sam. We're for the 4th to celebrate the 4th of July. Scarp had mentioned we should do Uncle Sam, so we're going to be doing William Lustig's Uncle Sam.
So that'll be on.
Probably Monday.
The Monday, okay.
Yeah, because we're gonna be doing something Monday. I might as well show these really quick as well. So Scarpad also sent me a couple things. I got my Skin Deep on DVD. I got the From Beyond 4K from Vinegar Syndrome. Beautiful set. He also sent me The Walking Dead Destinies for the Switch, which I just downloaded. And he had ordered the Clint Eastwood Arrow releases of these, so he was super nice enough to send me his Kino 4Ks of A Fistful of Dollars. Just cannot wait to watch these on 4K for a few dollars more. And the good, the bad, and the ugly. Great, I love these slip covers. But Arrow, man, they killed it. I love the artwork they did on those. And then he also sent Villages of the Damned, 3 horrors from Spain. This is Vinegar Syndrome as well. And then this one, I'm excited to check this one out. Hanny Calder. Why did they send the second slip with this?
I don't know. I had another copy of that movie. That's why I sent you that one.
Okay.
Raquel Welch kicks ass in that movie. She's
I was
the
gonna say it looks really cool.
she gets raped really bad. Of course, they show it. Fucking these '70s movies, and she becomes a kick ass. It's kind of like Quick and the Dead.
All these are wraps, so I don't know if you're gonna want me to show any of them specifically. Here's Monster on Campus.
That's a good one.
I think I sent you a copy of this. Yeah, I did. I sent you my copy, so now I got a new copy. Because I sent you my personal copy of it came from Beneath the Sea, which I love this movie, but I knew you were a huge fan of it, so I sent you a copy. Oh, hell yeah. I can see
so Dugan.
He sent you a copy as well?
Yeah, but I have a copy, but it's a different version of it. It's not the same box cover.
Oh, he sent you a different one? Because I sent you this one.
Yes.
So he must have sent you a different one. Oh, man, I'm so happy to have this one.
No, I think it's that one.
It's like, this is the exact one I wanted too, Gun. I wanted this cover so bad.
That's very clean.
Yeah, it looks really nice. This is the exact one.
Get under a plastic box.
Yeah, I gotta order some. But yeah, this is the one I want. I need to get 3 and 4. That's so awesome. Oh, I remember when this came out, the Boogeyman. I remember when that one came out. I might even had that back in the day on VHS. Oh, hell yeah. And this is the director's cut of Lord of Illusions.
Cool.
And last but not least, oh, hell yeah. And the OG cover of Halloween, which he knew I wanted this puppy to go with all my other OG covers. So now I just need to get, which I think he found me a copy of Halloween 6 already, and I have H2O, so I just need Halloween Resurrection, and then my Halloween collection is complete. The only one I want is there's a Halloween 2 cover, and it's like it's like Michael Myers' mask instead of the pumpkin, which Two Gun has a clean ass copy. So I gotta find that one day, but that's a hard one. That's more of just wanting to have it. But after this one, at least I'll have all the OG covers. Or after we can find me a copy of that Resurrection. But that one's a weird one, dude. Dude, people be wanting like $15-$20 for that, man. Just because I don't think they put a lot of copies of that out. And I'm like, Two Gun, bro, just whenever he'll find it one day for fucking $5, dude. I already know it. Two Gun always finds the good deals. You just gotta be patient.
Well, I got a couple things.
And that's what I got. Thank you as always, Two Gun.
Some stuff the Two Gun sent me. So Two Gun sent
me. Thank you as well, Scarphead.
Two Gun sent this to me, and we watched this the other day on Discord. The Babysitter with William Shatner and Patty Duke. Really good. Enjoyed it.
Was that a VHS rip that we watched?
No, well, it could have been not for me, but it could have been. And he sent me this really dope Play of the Vampires. I love that cover.
Yeah, dude, that's sick. I can't believe he found that for you.
And then a brand new copy. Oh, well, no, I guess it's not. It just fell out. Hold on. Brand new copy of trash, the fucking thing. Look at that box, Dylan. Isn't that great?
That. Yeah, I saw you send a picture of that. I was like, holy shit. Two Gun filling Dylan's house.
And then Midnight Movies. Yeah.
That's a great one. I love that Midnight Movies tagline up top.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that same as the one that he sent you.
Well, now you got a copy to watch. Those Good Times tapes are always funky, so you never know.
You know they're gonna go. They're gonna go.
You never know, and that's a worthy one of owning twice.
And they're 40 years old, so what the hell? And I got a couple of things I can show here real quick.
Not anymore.
I got everybody's got to have this in the library. It just got released. pick it up. We watched it last night on Discord. It's Rats, Nights of Terror on 4K.
You don't gotta own it on 4K though.
On 4K. And it has a Blu-ray on it with a ton of. I gotta watch the extras in that movie. Look at the extras.
That's crazy.
I know. Rats. I actually did in the end enjoy that movie. I picked up this season's Dexter Original Sin.
I gotta pick that up. I was waiting for a bundle series of that to go. Well,
I'm sure there will be.
I'm waiting for the Dexter and New Blood to drop once they do a bundle of that. Yeah, I picked that up too. That was only like $10. Brand new too.
This is a Blu-ray from Region B. I love that cover, huh?
Oh yeah,
Castle Freak.
Yeah.
The latest Looney Tunes collection. This is actually a 2-disc collection. There's a shit ton of cartoons on this.
Oh hell yeah.
And a lot of them that have never been released.
Yeah.
I picked this up from eBay. This is a wacky Italian film that's absurd. Did you ever see this with me, Dylan? I'm not sure we watched it.
Nah, never heard of it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We'll have to watch it.
You'll have to check it out.
And this is the Winner Kills All edition. 20 minutes of extra footage in Freddy versus Jason.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, we definitely gotta watch that.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get a new copy, and then this one's a little scratched.
Damn.
Look at the cover.
That's the second time now.
I like that cover too.
Wonder what's going on with that. That's the second time. But at least he always sends you a new one.
It says it includes over 20 minutes of terrifying, horrifying deleted scenes and features in the movie. So that's me. We'll have to watch that once I get a new copy of it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's weird. Scratch.
And that's everything for me.
All right.
Actually, no, I'll show one more thing. I got this in today. Quickest time I ever got this because I think I just paid for it like a week and a half ago, but I got my Cage Spock in from X06, 1/6 figure. This is young Spock as seen in the pilot episode, and there he is. You'll see him. Look at that. Look at that shit. Doesn't that look like Nimoy there? Look at that face.
Yeah,
Perfect.
They're always really detailed.
It comes with all the weapons and stuff. It's cool. Now I'm all set.
Alrighty. Well, I know we got to do your Discord show.
Yeah, tonight we're watching Urban Legends. So if you want, come on up.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be tuning in for that. And so check us out. I'm guessing Monday night we'll be doing Uncle Sam to celebrate the 4th of July. So definitely come check it out. And as always, I appreciate everyone coming and hanging out, especially on this random Tuesday. I hope everyone has a great week. Have a safe holiday. Don't fucking don't nobody blow their hands up playing with them fireworks.
This is the holiday my dogs do not like.
Fun. Yeah, I bet they don't. Have fun, have a few drinks, have some good barbecue, and we'll see you next time, guys. Peace out, y'all.